So there's been a lot of talk about Sonic Superstars recently, and there's just been so much information that's come out about the game that I kind of didn't expect to see so early. But yeah, it's definitely a classic game, and it definitely recreates the classic physics, which is really good to see. But there's been a lot of debate online about one specific thing about Sonic Superstars, and that one thing is that it should have been a modern game. And what is meant by that is that people wanted modern Sonic to have his own 2D game, kind of like the Zippo leak suggested, more in line with Sonic Advance and Sonic Rush. A lot of people wanted a more modern game with more modern aspects such as boosting or just Advance/Rush mechanics overall. And honestly, that's completely valid, but I have my own counterpoints that I want to mention in this video. But before we mention those points, we have something very important to talk about. Hey guys, have you ever dreamed of creating your own video game? Well, today's sponsor, Southern New Hampshire University, can help you turn that dream into a reality with their game development program. Now, a lot of you guys in this community are fan game creators and you guys love making fan games with Sonic. Now imagine being able to hone those skills to bring your games to life or even create your own unique experiences. SNHU's game development program can provide you with the tools and knowledge to do just that. With SNHU's program, you learn the essential skills to create realistic, dynamic gameplay experiences, from game AI and physics to 2D and 3D graphics and interface design. The program also covers programming languages like C++, C#, and Java, empowering you to develop captivating game mechanics. Additionally, you'll learn 3D modeling and texturing using industry-standard game art software. Best of all, SNHU offers radically affordable online tuition rates, making education accessible to everyone. Want to explore the exciting career potential? Just click the link in the description below to see the current average annual salary for a game programmer. And you can take this first step by requesting free information about the game development program. So unlock your potential and make your game development dreams a reality with SNHU's game development program. Click the link in the description below. Now, I feel somewhat prepared with this topic because I debated with fellow Sonic creators about this whole thing, so it kind of has motivated me, I guess, to turn this into a video. There's a few things that I'll understand. You're not a fan of classic Sonic games, that's 1. 2, you just enjoy modern more. And 3, you're tired of seeing classic Sonic. That's completely understandable. But let's ignore those 3 factors for a second. I genuinely think that Sonic Superstars existing, you don't really lose or win anything if you're not a big fan of classic Sonic. We're still going to get modern 3D games like Frontiers, and hopefully it's going to be improved with the next game. It's already seemingly to be improved with the DLC, so that will never be changing. The classic Sonic games will forever continue to go because, for one, they are the most consistent games in the series. Sonic 1 all the way up to Sonic Mania in terms of the classic games have all been great successes and are generally loved and considered the good ones, quote unquote. Even though I see a lot of Sonic CD hate nowadays, people loved CD, and I think it's just one of those phases with Sonic, and I'm kind of surprised that CD got hit. I will say it is not as good as some of the other classic games, but personally, I'd play it over Sonic 2. But regardless, I still think my point stands though. I think this game doesn't hurt anybody at all by existing. It's probably going to be a good game from what we've seen so far, which is kind of rare, I feel like, to say from Sonic. I can never really tell if it will be an amazing or good looking game nowadays just off of promotional material, but this game I actually have no reason to be worried so far. But I feel like another reason that people aren't happy about it is because it's, like I said, classic Sonic, but it's just a model at the end of the day. I know there's some finite details like the style of the characters, but let's be honest, we haven't seen modern Sonic styling in a long time, probably since Generations, like in terms of the animations and coolness. Other than that, I mean, they both just kind of run. I feel like Sonic and Sonic Superstars has more style than anything we've seen in the modern games in the last 10 years. The animations are pretty decent. And Sonic throwing his arms up behind him, leaping over rocks, his new idle animations, all that kind of stuff just adds to the personality of Sonic and Sonic Superstars. And I feel like we just got that stuff back in Frontiers, like just recently. And even then, the tricks in Frontiers are not implemented the best, as well as a lot of the animations in the game still aren't the greatest. I'd say Superstars already has better animation than Frontiers. But a lot of people also just say that Sonic Superstars is just another classic game, and because it has the co-op aspect, it's kind of like the new Super Mario Bros. Game. And yeah, I can see that aspect. It does remind me a little bit of the new Super Mario Bros. Co-op, but that doesn't mean it should be written off as just a throwaway casual game. At the end of the day, it's still classic Sonic. I don't think classic Sonic was ever hardcore in the first place. And I feel like the co-op in that way being implemented is something that's been long overdue for classic Sonic. And it's a bummer that it can't be played online, but the fact that it has that co-op period is something that should have been there probably a long time ago. Even in Mania probably should have been there. I think this game deserves a chance just as much as any other, and just because it's not a modern game like Rush or Advanced, which I would say Advanced is still more like the classics than anything else, I think it still will be good. And yeah, I do think I would have preferred a modern Sonic game for a 2D game. I do like modern Sonic's visual design more, but to me at the end of the day, Sonic is Sonic. I enjoy Sonic because I find the games fun. I love the 2D and I love the 3D, and I love when they're even combined in the Boost games. I like Sonic, period. I like all kinds of Sonic games. So therefore, I don't have a problem with Sonic Superstars being a 2D classic game because I just like Sonic. I also don't care if it looks like classic Sonic or if it looks like modern Sonic, because to me it's the same character. So just for me personally, that stuff has never truly bothered me, but I can still understand why it bothers some, and I just feel like this game should be given a chance rather than looked at wrongfully or hatefully just because it doesn't have a modern coat of paint over it. And I honestly believe they probably specifically avoided that because of what happened with Sonic 4. Sonic 4 is exactly what people are asking about. It's modern Sonic in a classic environment, and it kind of looks terrible. At least with the graphics of how they did Sonic 4. Sonic 4 Episode 2 looks a little bit better. But I'm just saying, I can see Sega wanting to avoid that because of what happened with Sonic 4. And obviously they didn't make Sonic 4. But also another reason why I am kind of happy that this is not a 2D boost game or anything like that. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm tired of the boost. I'm tired of the boost in Frontiers, Forces, Colors, even Generations, 3DS especially. And that was the last time we've had a fully 2D boosting game with Sonic. And honestly, I was not a fan of it at all. It was kind of clunky, and a lot of the level design just was not that great. And honestly, I'm just tired of seeing the boost. I just want more consistency within Sonic. And the last time we got a consistent game was Sonic Mania. So they're trying to keep that going. Now, I understand they should just be able to just knock out everything and just knock it all out the park, but that's not how things always happen. So I'd rather just get good games that I know I'll enjoy rather than something that is kind of risky. I would say Frontiers was definitely risky, but it seems like we all, or most of us, ended up enjoying it. But I'd rather just have something that I already, I guess, like and that gets expanded upon to turn into something new rather than risky things or dumbing things down like Forces. And that's why I just have no problem with them just doing a classic Sonic game that looks really fun and really good. They're going to continue to make Sonic games at a faster pace now, it seems. It's kind of insane that we just got Frontiers not even a year ago and we're already getting another Sonic game. And then we also just got Origins Plus. Now, of course, I want all that stuff to be quality at the end of the day. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we're going to be getting a lot more Sonic games. So there's a lot more opportunities to get more things that we want. I'd rather them make consistent games more and then build up that portfolio of their good games in recent times, and then they can start doing the riskier stuff a little bit more. They got a little lucky with Frontiers. They got a little lucky. So now with the next game, that hopefully they build off of Frontiers instead of doing a complete U-turn around the corner to something that's not Frontiers. But yeah, my opinion is Sonic Superstars should have not been a modern game. It should be Sonic Superstars. It should be what it is. And if we get a modern 2D game one day, then cool, I'll love that too, hopefully. Anyways, that's just how I feel. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And anyways, I'm going to see you guys in the next one.
Well, whatever happens, happens.